Welcome to the Release Your Blocks podcast. I am your host, Victoria Bond. I am a spiritual empowerment coach. I help teach others to show up to their potency so they can fulfill their mission here on earth. I am so glad you are here. And if you are interested in becoming a medium, if you're interested in becoming a life coach, or if you're interested in shifting your life from the 3D to live more in the 5D reality, then check me out, book a clarity call, and let's get chatting. Hello everybody, and happy Monday. So what is going on in the collective energy at the moment? There is some massive spikes going on with the Sherman resonance. There is some massive transcending going on from the 3D to the 5D. And there is just a whole lot of stuff happening, which means that there's a lot of energy shifting. So the energy doesn't die. Energy basically, it changes, right? It morphs around. So what are we going to do when we are going through massive quantum leaps, when we are doing the work, when we are choosing consciousness, when we are choosing to be more in the 5D as we are completely changing, coming up to this next cycle in 2025? Okay, so let's have a talk about it, right? So human design. So I love human design. I use it in all my things. And coming up into 2025, we're going to be jumping into a new cycle. So a lot of people are coming to me to do release your blocks. A lot of people are coming to do magnificent mediumship. A lot of people are coming in for one-to-one coaching because they know that they're requiring some help because we're all here to help each other. We all have different blueprints. We're all here for different reasons. So I had this intuitive kind of hit to jump on and have a little talk to you guys about this today. Hello, Emma. So if you are jumping on, please come and say hello if you are watching on social media. And hashtag replay if you're watching a replay. So how do we go from emergency mode to flow state? This is the question that people come to me for. They are saying, Victoria, I have hit burnout too many times. I have got a business going on here. I'm a mum and I have a side hustle. All of these different things are happening to me and I just don't know how to juggle it all. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with human design, there's 5 main energy types. So all of us are one of those types and we all function very differently. Some of us are really great at working the 9-to-5 job and having the children and having the friendships and having the the sports afterwards and the events, and then other people are literally can't keep up. So we're going into judgment of comparing. Okay, so this is what I'm going to talk about as we go through. We do comparing, and comparing equals not alignment. So we all, no matter what energy type we are, out of these 5, we all have a strategy. We all have the strategy of a way of living life. We all have a not self theme, which is kind of like frustration or anger or bitterness, where we know that we're not actually in alignment with our soul's path because we're feeling a bit crazy. And this has been our normal state our whole lives because we have been told to function in a particular way, which is being the mum, having the husband, having the great sex life, having the side hustle, having the friends, having the freaking hobbies as well as the job. And the truth is, many of us just can't keep up with that because we're spreading our energy way too thin. We are in emergency mode. Our nervous system is going mental. Our nervous system, our immune system, headaches, our nervous system is all about the neck. So we're going into oh my God, my neck is out. What is happening? Blah, blah, blah. So we're unable to speak our truth. And then of course we have got, this immunity where we've got our livers and our spleen and we've got our pancreas and our kidneys and stuff, and they're just yelling. Stop. I'm overloaded with stress. I'm overloaded with alcohol because you're needing to calm down. I'm overloaded with coffee. We're on high alert all the time because we don't want to miss the opportunity. We want to keep up with the kids. We want to keep up with the husband. We want to keep up with the friends. And it's exhausting and we hit burnout. And over and over and over again. Why do I know this? Because I have hit burnout my whole entire life being a projector in the human design. So this isn't all about human design, but I just want to let you know that there's a particular reasons why these things are happening. And as we transcend from emergency mode into this new kind of like 5D energy coming into 2021, all these people are waking up. As you wake up, other people are waking up too, because you are an energetic invitation. When you are in emergency mode and you're giving from the 3D dimension, must give, must receive, must do this, must do that, must physically do something to prove my worthiness, you're shutting off your energy, the energetic invitation to others to transform. So how do we help others transform? How do we have the aligned business that makes us millions of dollars and reach millions of people? How do we have the good sex life and the friendships and do the body stuff? How do we all do this? Because many of us are functioning from feeling time poor, comparing ourselves to others, keeping up with the Joneses, and functioning from scarcity of I don't have. This is all the old paradigm. This is the 3D, and my clients are coming to me saying, how do I live in the 3D and the 5D? So I'm gonna tell you now, because there's a few masters in this reality, in this timeline, like Eckhart Tolle, Teal Swan. I know my coach Vanessa Halleck is brilliant, Amanda Francis, and all of these people, what they've actually done is they have realized that if we tap into this 5D dimension and we really come in and we transcend that, or transmute, that emergency mode and that stress and the uncertainty and the time, what time actually is and what it isn't, and the scarcity, the uncertainty, the comparing, all of those different things, then what happens is literally magic. You can have the money that you want and the time that you need. You can have the success that you require to reach all those people that you want. But it's not the go, emergency. Because then, of course, you're going to hit burnout after burnout after burnout. It's about coming over to this other side and going, what is over in this 5D? What are these things that I have to offer? What are these superpowers that I'm not aware of? Light language is one of mine, right? Light codes, light language. I don't even it's like coming through me. It's just crazy and healing. My hands are on fire right now because you're receiving, whoever's watching this is receiving like shifts within their cells, within their DNA. It's my superpower. So if I have a superpower, wouldn't it be fair to say that by doing this here for you now, whoever is spending the time, to take this time to watch this, to invest in yourself, because you're investing time in me. And I love you for that. I'm so grateful for that. Wouldn't it be fair to say that I get paid just because I'm doing this? And I may get paid in random ways. When you're enjoying what you're doing, you get paid. But people are finding it hard, the middle part, coming from the 3D to the 5D, or they are making it dense. This is 3D, this is 5D. It's not meant to be that way. It's meant to be this beautiful, beautiful immersion of where we're at, what we're ready to do, how we're going to shift. That's what it's truly about. Now, I'm not going to say I've got it down and I'm perfect. I'm not. I'm learning. I'm learning to realign to my design. I'm learning to show up when I want to show up. And I'm learning that it's okay not to be able to keep up with the manifest generators and the generators, because the truth is I've got a limited amount of energy. And if I exceed that, I go into exhaustion. And that's okay. It's okay to be me. I can get paid to be me. And you can get paid to be you if you are willing to ask some questions on how to change your reality. Now, a lot of people come in to work with me in relationship blocks. They buy my programs online or whatever, and they will say to me, oh my God, I've got relationship blocks live going on at the moment, and people are like, my body is aching, my neck is sore, this is happening. What the fuck, Victoria? Because I've been doing a whole lot of energy work on them, soul alignment stuff. And what is happening is they're going through an energetic detox. If someone comes along and helps you remove the implants, the mistaken beliefs, the limitations, helps to heal your soul and bring back soul fragments that you may have lost after years and years, like lives and lives and lives and lives and lives, what happens is you're different. You feel completely different. And we're so used to emergency mode that we jump back into that and go, I think I need to be freaking out. I think I need to be freaking out. I think I need to be freaking out. But we don't, because we've asked for change and the universe has provided the change that you've asked for. But because it is not familiar, we go into freak out mode. Hello, Tonya. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Stephanie. So what do? Well, I'm going to give you a tiny little bit of a story. Last night I got sick. Crazy, right? I had like a couple of days where I'm just drinking alkaline water. I'm just chilling out, having baths. And I'm like, I think this may be the biggest quantum leap that I've ever been through. I can feel it. I could feel, like 9:30 last night, I could feel all of my organs aching and aching and aching. I haven't been on any benders. I've been drinking water, eating vegetables, having ginger tea, having smoothies. And here I am and holding all of my organs going, oh my God, what is going on? And I went into drama mode. I went into emergency mode. Why is this happening to me? I said to my husband, I crawled out to the garage and said, why is this happening? And I realized you asked for change. You're detoxing all of this old crap so you can be lighter, so you can transcend. Our energies must be lighter for us to quantum leap. So that is why it feels so heavy when we're going through this massive shift, shifting and pushing through the resistance so we can feel lighter and freer. So it's always hard when you go to buy a program and you're like, oh, I'm scared. Or you're going to go start doing something like, I don't know, run half a marathon or go do a detox. It's a little bit of, I'm so scared, because you're aware that change is going to happen. And you know that you're going to have to do some work. We do have to work. When you say, I'm asking for change, then be willing. It can be easy, but be willing and ready to know that change will happen and you're going to have to do some things to shift through it. So I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. So first of all, I want to say, if you've got immune issues, like with your liver and your kidneys and your spleen, you may be feeling aches, you may be feeling aches and aches and aches. And just know that this is like, if you have got a bad immunity and you still want chips and chocolate, not saying those things are bad, but alcohol and cigarettes, and you're craving all of these things, sugar, if you're craving all these different things, you're nearly trying to keep yourself heavy here, because of course spiritual beings, we're very light, we're very, very light and very, very expansive, and that can be scary if you're not used to it. So you start eating to try and keep yourself heavier, and you may be eating not right foods, which is keeping all of your organs like toxified, but you don't want to have them toxified. You want to have them detoxified so you can be a pure channel. This is interesting because a lot of this is just channeling through me now. But now the nervous system is the next. That there is like, you might get strep throat. You may get laryngitis. You may not be able to speak your truth. You may feel choked up if someone's talking about something. It may be like politics, or it might be spirituality or religion or immunizations, whatever, all of those things. And you may have an opinion, and your superpower may want to speak it out, but you can't, because of this old conditioning. So your throat, you get thymus issues, you get thyroid and thymus issues. This thymus here is activating for so many people right now. And just, where these bones are here, just kind of below that, if you just tap around that, this here used to be used for psychic development, or psychic, like your third eye basically, right? So when you rub on it, when you tap on it and you activate it, you're turning up your awareness. It shuts off when we're a teenager. So doing this will help you help your immune system and your nervous system and viruses by activating this puppy here. I know that if I'm super sensitive, I can barely touch that. I'm like, oh, it's like getting a prickle out. I feel like, that feeling of, So yeah, you might feel sick or sore or wonky or feel like you will know that you have adrenal fatigue, if you're functioning from this old paradigm of stress, uncertainty, comparing time, like I'm time poor, and scarcity. If you're feeling those, you are out of alignment and you need to come back in. So I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. So the thymus and the stomach as well, can be affected when you feel like you're not good enough. Right? So your thymus and your stomach can be affected when you feel like you're not good enough. And you can't speak. So your past experiences prove to you that you are a failure. Oh my God, I can't become a life coach or do Facebook Lives, or I can't start that business I really wanted to start because all of those other million ideas that I had, they never come into fruition. I've got programs in there I never did. I didn't complete anything. You're still buying into this old paradigm. What if you weren't meant to complete them? What if one led to the other, led to another, led to another, led to another? Just like I had one coach that led to another, led to another, led to another, led to another. They were all perfect coaches for the stage I was at. Every single program I bought, perfect program for the stage that I'm at. And even if I got one golden nugget out of that one book that I brought and I looked at one paragraph, it was worth the $30. Got to start thinking differently. What can we do? So find stillness. When we're so used to emergency mode, we literally are looking for busyness. Fill in the gaps, can't sit there and being quiet. We must fill in the gaps. I've got so much to do, and then you end up walking around, pissing around your time, watching Netflix, watching Love Island or something like that. I love that. But it's like sitting there wasting your time because the truth is you have plenty of time. Plenty of time. It's up here. It's your head that tells you don't. Because we create time and we create the space that we require to do whatever we desire to do, if that is what we are choosing. Does this make sense to you guys? Hello. Boom. So true. Hi, Tina. Hi, Jess. So, hi, Leah. Frustration to the max. I head to my job today. Right. What else is possible with your job, Steph? What else is possible with, being in the energy of the 5D and creating things while you're somewhere else? That's what I'm going to talk about next, okay? So finding the stillness. So you want to transcend your thinking mind dimension, because we're in a lot of different dimensions right now at the same time, right? And that's why I've struggled this weekend, because I've been in other people's dimensions, because I'm very psychic. Yeah, it is all very fitting, Emma? You always pop in at the right time with all of these trainings and lives. So transcending the thinking mind dimension into finding the present moment. You're not too busy. It's your head that's too busy. And my coach said to me the same thing. And I was like, I'm a mum. I'll tell you why I'm so busy. Oh, guess what? Let's do the comparing thing. I'll prove it to you. Let's get this real density and make solid, whatever that name is, whatever that word is, right? Let's make this dense. I'm a mum of two. I was a hairdresser, and while I was hairdressing, I was looking after the house, cooking the dinner, cleaning the house, trying to catch up with my friends, trying to exercise. And guess what? On top of all of that, I didn't sleep because I had these two children, and I was creating my side hustle, my life coaching business, while I felt like I was actually failing all the fucking time because I was so tired. What would my coach say to me? That's a nice story. Hi, Megan. That's a nice story, Victoria. So where are you being busy, and where are these gaps? Where are these energetic gaps? And I was like, oh, well, I do watch this program, and I do this, and I do walk around my house, like talking to my friends all the time, or text, like whatever. There's no excuse. It doesn't matter where you're at, how busy you are. Everyone is busy. Because even if you didn't have any children at home and you had one job, and you only have one person living with you, maybe it's your partner, you're going to be busy. You're going to still have those 10 million books and all those programs and all of these ambitions. So coming down from the thinking mind of I've got to do this, this, and this, and this, and this, into the present moment of what can I see around me? What can I feel around me? What can I notice around me? Oh, okay. Oh, instantly. So much calmer. Even I feel calmer from just telling you these scenarios, because everything has an energy attached to it, right? Busy, 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 emergency, emergency, comparing. That coach is making that amount of money. That mum manages, she's got 5 kids and she manages to get up at 5 o'clock and go to the gym. Like, I felt jealous about people like that before. I'm like, how do you do that? I want to do that, right? Everyone is showing us something when it comes to comparing of what we have within us. If we are willing to dig deep enough, come into the present and say, right, if I can create time and space, if I can create copious amounts of money coming to me, and if I can be an energetic invitation, and if life could be easy, then what would I choose? How would I do it? What would my perfect day look like? And if a genie showed up and said, here's a genie in a bottle, and the genie came out and said 3 wishes, what would they be? Have you even dared yourself to go there? Like, actually? The reason why I've done well in business this year, and I've got soul clients, and I've been able to do trips and all sorts of stuff and work less, is because I did the genie in the bottle, and I said, if I could have 3 things, what would they be? Right? So instead of going into the thinking of, I need to pay that bill, I need to do this, and 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 holy shit, how am I going to do that? And da-da-da. And like all the million things to do in a day, I don't let myself go there. I cool, calm, and collectively go to my diary and say, what is required? What can I drop? How am I feeling? What does Victoria need today? Mind, body, and soul. So find your stillness is number 1. Transcend the thinking mind dimension and bring it down into that finding that present moment. Do this over and over and over again in a day. Come back to center. Come back to center. Come back to center. Breathe in, or have something where you touch your heart. I know that I have an NLP from my coach where when I'm tapping into my feminine, I need to touch on there when I'm feeling strong. I tap. Okay, so number 2 is, actually, before we go into number 2, real quick, I want to say, you live in the same dimensions at the same time. You've got the thinking mind, you've got the present moment, you've got the body, you've got your being and your spirit and your soul, and you've got these connections with different planets. You go to sleep, for goodness sakes, and like, think about what you're doing in your sleep. Your body's resting, but you're doing stuff. We live in a whole lot of dimensions. So when we're talking about the 3D dimension going into the 5D dimension, like I said before at the beginning of this, it's about merging them together and tapping into the masculine and the feminine and going, what is required right now? Like, for me, I know that I have to keep my business going, pay for my mortgage, feed my kids and stuff like that, but I'm not going to go into emergency mode. I'm going to go into coming back to me. I'm overthinking. Let's not think at all. Let's come down into the heart. Come back into the present moment. Switching that dimension into this dimension. All right? Because at the end of the day, the emergency mode, the mode, you have to have a job. You have to do this. You have to show up. You've got to work hard. You've got to be early. You've got to be grateful for what you've got. You've got to you have stickability. You know, all of those things are just interesting points of view that we have taken on from our parents and their parents and so on and so forth. But now we're going into this 2025 mode where everyone is waking up, where this is no longer working for us, because if we're miserable, we're getting sick and dying. We're creating disease in our body. But not only that, we are like, our energy is a thing that sells. Not the emergency mode. You can manifest, and that's fine, and work your ass off, but it's not going to get you to this joy, this consistency. Second one, power yourself up energetically. So I kind of touched based on that. Powering yourself up energetically is like, I'm going to align right now. So I talked about human design at the beginning. So for me, I'm a projector. Every design has their own way of doing this. For me, coming into myself and resting. So I'm going to have a massage. I'm going out for lunch because it's my mum's birthday. I'm probably going to meditate. I might go to the gym. I don't know. I'm going to do some study. It's me working. And I will actually message my clients and all those types of things as well. But I can be everything. But if I go into work mode and I sit in front of a computer, this will be the only time I sit in front of a computer today. Literally. Because for me to come back into alignment, I must come back into myself. I must call my soul back wherever I've leaked myself out. Call my spirit back. Feel confident. Feel really like life is here for me. The world is here to support me. Spirit is here to support me. I've been praying since 4 o'clock this morning because it's been thunderstorms. I've been saying, support me, angels, and my guardians and my guides. I'm willing to receive, I'm willing to receive, I'm willing to receive the healing and the love and the support and the guidance, because I'm going through the biggest quantum leap of my life and the uncertainty of the mind kicks in. So I'm going to bring myself back. So I invite you now to bring yourself back into that heart space, into that truth, into that knowing of who you really are. We do not have to work our butts off for survival anymore. It's different. It's a different energy. We don't need our physical bodies as much anymore as we do with our energetics. Powering yourself up energetically makes you the invitation for others so others can find you. When I do this, I get tons of people messaging me, how can I work with you? Wow. I think I changed by listening to that live or that podcast. Oh my goodness, I listened to your Spirit Money Masterclass and money's coming to me. Oh my gosh, I've had this great idea because I'm the energetic invitation. I'm holding a container, and that's exactly what you do for other people. Not a manic manifesting, not in emergency mode, not in comparing, not in competition, not in scarcity. I've got to get moving and make some money, not in being time poor. I work so hard, I work so hard, I work so hard. Feel the energy of that. It's actually icky. Makes you feel sick. So then we come over here and go, so what if I was actually full of superpowers and that was just within me? They're right in front of me. Everyone else knows what they are. I may not know what they are. But what if I could just get paid for being me? What if I could? What if you could literally paint all day long if you loved that, and then you got paid? Not necessarily for the paintings, but money did come through in a refund of some sorts. I know that someone who did one of my programs got paid out her inheritance early. I know other people that got checks in the mail, and other people that have been given cars and houses and opportunities just because they came into my program. And that can be anything that you invest in. You might invest in a gym membership and your body transforms. You don't even go to the gym. We're not playing with complete density here. We're playing with energetics. Powering yourself up means I'm choosing me. I said to my husband today, what are we doing today? It's usually a meeting day, and he does work on the computer. He does all my back end stuff, builds my programs. And he said, I'm going to align. And I went, okay. I just went, okay. And then he goes, it's ridiculous how I don't work on my car. It's ridiculous how I watch Netflix instead of working on my car at night, because he's got a car that he loves and he's doing up and rebuilding a motor and all those things that don't interest me. But it's his passion, it's his love, just like me reading and doing mediumship is, and learning about human design is my thing. And I was like, okay, cool. And he goes, I've got to come back to me. And I was like, I'm going to go have a massage and go do this. Is that okay? Because obviously we're in business together. And he goes, do whatever you need to do to realign. Do whatever you have to do. Because when I realign, I make money. When I'm aligned, I am an energetic vibration that is risen in frequency. And I'm not an emergency. I don't care about how the money's coming because I know it's coming. I have certainty in myself. When I'm unaligned, I don't. So going back to the very beginning, if you are transcending, if you are shifting, if you're quantum leaping like I am, you may get headaches. You may get a sore neck. You may get your immunity going down. You may even get an ascension cold, right? So I had one of those 2 weeks ago. I was sick for one day for about 4 hours. I was like, oh my gosh. And it was like a cold or a flu. People can get these as well because they're energetically shifting. Your cells, your DNA is shifting. You've asked for more, you're getting more. Do not go into resistance when that comes. Like I did last night, I went into resistance. I'm human. I'm still conditioned. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm not like perfect, So what actually happened was when I realized that I was really shifting on a huge, huge way. Yeah, trust the process. When this actually happens, you're so welcome, Leah, is allow yourself to receive the shifts. I detoxed out of all of my organs and now I feel good. I know I need to drink heaps of water. I even brought water here actually. I'm so thirsty. Are you thirsty? Are you craving ginger water? Parsley water? Are you like, oh my God, I just really need some vegetables right now. I just want to go to the beach, or having these crazy thoughts and it's the middle of the workday and you're like, I can't go to the beach. You have to go on the weekend. Make it work. Go to the beach before. Get up early, or go to the beach after. Or if you've got kids, come back to you and sit in prayer. I'm worthy just because I am. Please help me create the space that I require for me, not just for my whole entire everyone around me. Like, I get it. I was a full-time mum with a full-time job with a full-time hustle. Okay, so allowing yourself to release that into the earth is a way. I do this all with you. Yeah, you crave the beach always. Yeah, me too. I could go for a swim. I could actually go in the rain right now. That's how I feel. So you can sit there and just visualize all of these toxins coming through your body, through your feet into the earth. Transcending, shifting. Well, that's transmuting. But to transcend this energy, like for you to change and grow and shift into this next kind of paradigm of growth, of quantum leaping, you've got to release some stuff. I'm willing to release all of that no longer serves me. I'm willing to receive all of the new knowledge, all of the new information that I'm here to share with the world. And what if it could be that easy? If we didn't make it a drama, if we didn't go into emergency mode all the time. I said to my husband, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong. Every single organ is aching. I could feel these toxins coming out. And then as I was saying it, I could observe myself. And I was like, this is fucking crazy. There's nothing wrong with you. You've asked for the biggest quantum leap of your life. And that is so you can serve others. And that's what's happening. Everything we do to bring ourselves back into alignment ripples out to everyone and everything. We are all connected. Every little thing counts and is important. We are all worthy of this and so much more. Absolutely, Leah. When we are in each other's vortexes, we shift. And that's why I take a lot of time out for me to grow and shift and expand, because of my incredible clients like yourself, Leah, where I'm holding space. So first of all, I have to hold the space for myself, find my stillness, power myself up energetically to know that I am perfect the way I am, and any past versions of me were perfect the way she was, and really tap into my queen and say, Victoria, what do you require today? What do you require? And then listen. I listen to my spleen because I'm splenic authority. Some of you will be sacral. Some of you will be emotional authority in the human design, and then we must listen to those, right? So the third one is be in gratitude. So once you have found your stillness and allowed whatever that comes to come, you power yourself up energetically. Doesn't mean you're like, boom, I'm going to the gym. Woo, I've got this going. It's really like lighting yourself up like a light bulb and just like zzz. So in all my programs, this is what I do. Like when we do a meditation, I'm like glow yourself up, glow yourself up, glow yourself up. Because I see too many people, because I can see people's energies more than I can see their bodies, and I see them depleted. Like there's a little bit of light, speckled, but I want to see them so lit up that it's like the brightest light you've ever seen. Right, that you can barely see it. And then I ask them to explode it out to the universe. Exploding it out to all of those who want to contribute to them and they can contribute to. So powering yourself up, then being in gratitude, right? So it's the third one. Being in gratitude, I am so grateful for this body. I'm so grateful for this shifting. I'm so grateful for this information. I'm so grateful for my body to tell me what's happening. Honestly, I thought I was going crazy last night. Every organ was aching. Made no sense. It kind of felt like you'd been on a massive 3-day bender of drinking alcohol and you had a sore liver, but it was every single one. I was like, what is going on here? It may be a migraine for you. It may be just aches. It may be like feeling wonky, like you need your back clicked type of thing. We all go through these things. But being in gratitude for all of those things will help you. I'm so grateful for everything I've learned, for everything that I've brought, for everything that I've eaten, for everyone who's loved me, for everyone who has fucked me off. Been sitting here this weekend going, I'm so grateful for all of those people that have taught me the lessons that are no longer in my life. They may have triggered me and I may have triggered them, which is perfect, because when you know about human design, we've got certain energy points, centers, that mirror the other person to trigger them so they can see themselves. So I'm sitting there going, I'm so grateful for every single person who has triggered me. That changed a whole lot of stuff. I'm so grateful for every single person who has triggered me, because they were a perfect mirror and we had a soul connection, a soul contract, you might say, so we could see each other. And I'm sure I trigger the living daylights out of some people, because as a projector, basically most of my energy centers are open, which means I'm a mirror to you if you've got a colored in energy center. So be in gratitude. What does that look like? A good example is I'm going for a walk with 2 chicks on the weekend, or last week or whatever. And I said, let's do some shifting, energy shifting while we're walking. I love to do that. And I said to one of them, now feel the gratitude. Feel the warmth on your face. Feel all these things that were given to you. And I started like talking her into it, right? Because she clearly had a receiving issue going on. Very obvious she had a receiving issue going on. And she couldn't do it. She said, I can't. I have no gratitude. I have no gratitude. And I was like, receiving issue. Okay, so I'm willing to receive, I'm willing to receive, I'm willing to receive, and anything that doesn't allow me to receive or to know or to be or to perceive this, I destroy and uncreate now. And I said to her all day, every day, I'm willing to receive, I'm willing to receive, I'm willing to receive. I could have knocked on her aura and it would have been like a brick wall, man. Seriously. And the other person I was walking with, she was like, oh, this feels so good. But the other chick was like, nah, don't feel nothing. Because her barriers were up. Her barriers are up so damn high, no one could get in. You could have given her $1 million and she would have gone, thank you. But she wouldn't have really received it. So gratitude is a huge part of living. I'm so grateful for this drink of water. I'm so grateful for my body and my hat. I'm so grateful for the trees on the walk to school. I'm so grateful for this rain. This morning, I was so grateful that I had put on a fresh pair of socks because my kid's was wet. So I took off my socks and gave them to him. I was so grateful I could do that. It's being grateful in those small things in the present moment, not just looking at emergency mode to make the $1 million. Number 4, ask for what you are choosing for. Ask for what you are choosing, right? So asking for what you are choosing about is super important. So you're coming into stillness, you're powering yourself up, you're feeling gratitude for the moment and all the things in your life as it's swirling around you, and then you're asking for more. You're saying, genie in a bottle, God, universe, angels, whatever, yourself, please help me to achieve the message that I am choosing in this world, the vision that I have for the massive, amazing business to touch lives, or to be the best mum I can be, to have an impact, to be the best, like community or the citizen, to be the best I can be, because my passion is ... fill in the lines. And I am open to receiving in any way that comes to me for the best and the highest good of myself and the world. It's also called surrendering, asking for what you're choosing and then surrendering and saying, I will do whatever it takes if you show me the way, show me the path, and I will listen. So I listen to my spleen because I'm splenic authority. Some of you might be sacral or emotional, so everyone has a different one with the human design. But for me, it's like I know when I go into emergency mode, I'm going to create things that's going to be amazing, and then I'm going to burn out. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm done. I'm here to be who I am. And so are you. And if you don't know what your purpose is, you are your purpose. And the universe is here to show you the direction. And it may be just a quiet whisper. And you think, don't be stupid. No one would want to buy that. No one would want to hear me do light language or do readings. Like, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Guess what makes me the most money in my life? Mediumship. Because I'm here to teach people how to transcend. I'm here to teach people how to be who they are and monetize their genius. I am here to make a difference. And I don't know 100% how I'm going to do that. I just have to trust. So you have to trust. I've seen a girl recently, she's a beauty therapist, and she's been working with me off and on for the last 2 years, I'd say, maybe 3 years. And I said to her, you need to share your stuff. You need to share all this woo-woo stuff. And she's like, I don't know. Something happened, and now I'm seeing her share her genius online. And people are going to her classes. People are coming to her ceremonies. People are going and seeing her as a beauty therapist and transforming. I know another girl on here as well is going from facials to literally energetic stuff shifting. And she has this amazing ability to bring through dragon energy to help burn off any old stagnant energy so people can transform. We are all light workers, if you like that term. Or we're beings, and it's not what we're doing. It's like how we're doing it. So I pulled you guys a card as well. But just to go over, if you've just jumped on, I really recommend you go back from the beginning because this is a pretty powerful session, right? What do we do to transform ourselves and get through this 3D to 5D ascension kind of, I keep saying transition. I don't even know. Words are so slow for me. So I'm hoping that you understand what I'm talking about. So what do we do to change when we're feeling uncertain, when we're feeling sick, when we're feeling dis-ease in our body? Last night I was petrified that I might die. I was like, oh my God, I've got disease within my body. And then overnight I just flushed it out and I transmuted it. So we find stillness. So we transcend the thinking mind dimension into the present moment. And then we power ourselves up energetically. Then we be in gratitude and then we ask for what we are choosing. And then we surrender. Okay. So we surrender at the end. Now we aren't here to control things. 100 years ago, there was a lot more control because there had to be for survival. But now we're even like Tony Robbins and all of those guys are like, this is all energy, guys. There's no more hustle. It doesn't have to be this way. You've got to do the work, but the work looks different. So yeah, let me know if that is making sense to you guys. Oh, you're in so in gratitude. That's amazing. So I pulled this card and it says Earth. Learn how to be human in the world, but not of it. And that there is a perfect card that I pulled at the beginning of this channel, this is a mix of a channel and it's also a mix of, what I channeled out before that I've written down. Do not buy into other people's realities of what you think you have to do. You've done that your whole entire life. And I'm here to tell you that this veil is very, very thin. The Schumann resonance has been spiking like crazy. I've been home this weekend because I can feel everybody's feelings. I've got an open solar plexus and I can feel other people's emotions. And because I can feel that so much, it can be quite intense. That is one of my superpowers, why I'm a coach, because I can see things and shift them energetically. People change in my vortex because of my energy of when I'm lit up and when I'm in integrity. And they light up in your vortex. Like when you're lit up, people light up too. They feel change. They feel shifts. They transform. I have people in my program that I'm going through at the moment who transform before we even have the first class or before they have a one-to-one with me. They buy my Magnificent Mediumship online, or they buy my Relationship Blocks online, and their lives change even if they haven't even done anything yet, because they made a choice. Hey, Stephanie. So this is what I wanted to share with you. I told my husband that I would talk to him in 10 minutes time, and now it's been 45. One of my superpowers is talking. So what is yours? What is your superpower? What is your superpower? And how can you go from emergency mode to flow state with ease, without drama? I go into drama sometimes because I have an old pattern of drama and addiction. I was addicted to alcohol. I was addicted to cigarettes. I was addicted to all sorts of different things. Coronation Street, coffee, addiction, so we're not here to be addicted anymore. We're here to lighten all that up, lighten up the load. This is what I do in Relationship Blocks. I help them lighten up all the crap by releasing the trauma and the toxic shame, so they can transform into this more 5D. So I'd love to hear what your takeaways are from this. You may have got something. It may have just been a lovely reminder for you. And maybe there's something you want to add. I love you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.
And that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for joining the Release Your Blocks podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear from you. So please leave a review and tell me what your favorite takeaway from today was. There is so much more from where this came from. You can also find me at Holistic Energy Shifting on Facebook, where you can find more content, more coaching, and more guidance. Have a grand and glorious day, and I'll see you next time.